So hello everybody. So the last class we talked about for loops. So there's another way to perform iterations in Java. So it's called while loops. So let's say you want to perform some multiple iteration if a value is true. So let's say, for example, if let's say boolean is hungry equals to true, and you want to perform something if this value is true. So you use a while loop. This is also another option aside the for loop. So let's iterate over some values. So if you want to use a while loop, you have to initialize the variable outside first. So let's initialize I as 0. So after that, the next syntax will be while let's say wants to check, the condition will be, so the while no for loops, it has 3 parts: the initialize variable, the condition, and you tell the while loop how you want your variable to be incremented to reach that condition, to make that condition false. So for the while loop, it has just one part, the condition. So let's say we want to print values from 0 to 30. So to be while I less than or equals to 30. Okay, system.out.println I. So we've written our while loop here. So I don't know if someone can just while watching this video, can just pause it for a moment and look at this block and just figure out the problem. Okay, so we're back. So now the problem with this is that it will run fine, but I will always be true and to keep running, and there's no way for it to stop. So in order to avoid that, we need to increment I. Yeah. So we have to increment I after running the entire statement inside the same while block. So this is the block. Yeah. So we have to increment I. So as you can see, if I hover over this place, it says condition is always true. That means it's always going to run. So for me to increment I have to do I plus plus. So when I do I plus plus, I'm incrementing I by 1. This is also the same thing as doing I equals to I plus 1. Yeah, so that's it. So as you can see, that error, that warning is gone, because as we're incrementing, eventually I will turn to false and stop printing values. So to run this, yeah, let's look at the console right here. So yeah, so it prints from 0 to 30. From 0 to 30. So this just makes sure that eventually this will be false and break out of the loop. So this is almost like a for loop. So we're initializing the variable here, we're performing this particular condition, then we're incrementing this to check if this is true. So there's another way of writing while loops. There's this other syntax called the do while. So what do while does basically is it runs the code inside the do first before actually checking the condition. So let me just give you an example. So I've cut that out. So this same code, I will do this. Okay. Do this while this condition. So it runs this do first. Then after running the do, then it goes and checks the condition. If the condition matches whatever, if it matches true. So if it matches true, it runs it again. So until it becomes false. So let me run this so you have a look. Yeah, so as you can see, this is like the same states, the same value that we got the last time that we're getting again. So let's make this return false initially. Let's say greater than equals to 30. So this is going to be false. So let's run this. You see that it just print out 0 because it's running this first before going to the while loop to check the condition. As you can see, it prints out just 0. So these are like types of loops that we have. So I've gone over for loop, gone over while loop, and the do while loop. So in your free time, you can look at other implementations. There are other things you can do with the while loop and the do while loop and the for loop. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.